show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the SLE. I haven't been here in a while, and my name is Zaf. I'm just here to be on the analyst desk, but it's not me by myself. I'm here with another beautiful man. Would you care to introduce yourself?
Yo guys, I'm not Coach Scat for I'm player for Lost Time. I will gonna do the analysis for this game. So please don't um make fun of me for my bad English, please.
You'll be perfectly okay, man. I wouldn't worry about it at all. But no, we have a very exciting game coming up. We have Runtime versus Redemption. So, being a player yourself, is there any team that you're favouring a bit more?
Wait, can you repeat?
Is there any team that you would favour in this matchup? Any team you think is going to win?
I think Runtime will win because they have a strong mid laner and Redemption have a very weak mid laner. I'm sorry about it to say that, but Ortega, I don't think we will gonna win this matchup.
Well, Cautious Cat, guess what? It's only the start of the season, so Ortega can have plenty of time to prove you wrong. He has plenty of games to show, how strong he is as a mid laner, but definitely he is one of the weaker links on the side of Redemption. So we're going to have to see if Runtime is able to do anything against that. However, on the Redemption side, I've been hearing quite a few things about their bot lane. I've been hearing that Driver and Neko have been quite a strong bot lane to go up against.
I think Redemption bot lane is better because Brady have more experience and they have better support. I
Well,
think.
but
I don't know much about Tima. Is the sub of Runtime, so I can't really uh, judge him.
yeah,
Uh,
no, I completely agree with you there. That's the issue with, having it as one of the first games. It's only the second game that both of these teams have played. And how are we really meant to know the power levels of these teams with only one game to watch them, really to see? Like you said before, Ortega wasn't looking too strong in the first game, but that's only the first game of the season. So we're going to have to see what they are going to be coming up with. But team comp wise, both teams I don't really know much about. Is there anything you're thinking they're going to pick?
mm, I really don't know. Maybe we are gonna see in mid Victor from Runtime or Vega. Top we're gonna play probably some Bruiser because Astaru plays that. I'm talking about Runtime. I think in jungle I don't really know what they're gonna pick because Kolaski is new in that role. He knows how to play it, but I don't really know what he plays. And bot lane, I think we are gonna see some CV or something like that with I don't know. I don't really know what Tizima plays.
Well, talking
So
about that Civer pick, we know just how strong it is after the update it got recently, with its W being able to stack a lot more. And I feel like every champion that gets released more recently is just so strong in the meta. She did get a few nerfs here and there, stopping her base damage and stopping her W ability. However, she is still in a position where she can get first picked if either of these teams do like it. And that is so important for Redemption because if they're able to get first pick and they're able to get a very strong bot lane for themselves, maybe something like a Lucian Nami, maybe something like a Sivir paired with something that is very strong with it. There's so many different options that Redemption can take to make their bot lane get ahead. Now, going against this, we're going to have to see what the side of Runtime is going to counter it with. Maybe with a little bit more of a defensive side bot lane, maybe go for Tam Kench or something.
I don't really know because I'm not that expert on the bot side. I really don't know what can we pick against Silver because that is a new rework. So I think Tom Kench Senna is a good option, but I really don't know what pick. What can you pick against that?
Yeah, because that's the problem with Sivir. We know how strong she can get when she gets to this late game, when she gets to that 3-item power spike. So you got two options. One is you leave her down bot lane, you leave her to do her thing, but you just completely go to the top side. You say to your support, hey, I'm going to go roam around the map. We're going to go get Rift Heralds. We're going to get our top side ahead because we know that the side of Runtime, their top side, is something that you cannot scoff at, especially the mid lane. And if you have a Roman support coming to mid perma with your jungler, that's a way they can open up this game and really take redemption out.
Yeah, I think so. If they pick a support, a roaming support, they can really stomp other lanes and maybe can win in this way.
Yeah, there's many different options that both of these teams can go for. But if we are going to watch the game, the place we do have to watch is definitely this bot lane. So we're going to have to see if either of the teams is able to get a big lead. If they're able to get a big lead in the bot lane, they will be able to push it, get dragons, and really open up the map from there.
If the bot wins, I think for Runtime is almost lost because Brady is a really good AD carry. So I think if they mess up in other lanes, they just gonna lose. Runtime gonna lose.
Yeah, well,
But they have a very strong mid laner. So I think Runtime has a good step. Wait. Sorry, I'm panicking.
it's all good, man. It's all good. No worries. I wouldn't worry about it at all. But the thing about this mid lane is just the difference between Lumen and Ortega is seeing if Lumen is able to open up the map there, but he isn't really able to do it by himself because we do know that both junglers do enjoy going for gangling style junglers. Maybe something like the J4. Maybe if we are in the SLE, we could have a little bit of the spice. We could be going for something like a Trundle, or you can go for the Volley Bear, which is so infamous here.
I think Runtime gonna play something like Graves, Viego, or Java, Volibear, something like that. I think from Redemption side, that he's gonna play something like a Trando or something like that. So we are gonna play ganking jungler and not like an Ivern that is support. I think they are gonna gank a lot.
Yeah, and that's just showing how volatile these lanes can be. Because if you're able to get your mid or bot lane ahead, they can really just take over the game from there. So the junglers really need to be on their game today. They need to make sure that they outplay each other and are in the correct position to get the correct ganks off.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think they're gonna play Jarvan because they can really stomp a lot bot. Or maybe Rek'Sai. That is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, now with the Rek'Sai champion, it falls off so hard into the late game, which J4 doesn't really do as much. He has enough tankiness when it gets to that late game where he can still just be this big tank and this engage option. But when you get that Rek'Sai, if you don't get that early game lead, you're just so useless in the late game.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really play with Rek'Sai late game.
Yes, so we're going to have to see if they're able to pair something up with that Rek'Sai to get themselves a further lead. So you could pair it up as a heavy CC jungler, sorry, heavy CC support, such as a Nautilus or a Leona, so they really can get into the thick of things.
Yeah.
Yes, but the game is going to be coming up very shortly, and I'm very excited to see who is going to win. I think I'm going to go for Runtime because you went for Redemption. You know, we got to have a little bit of a difference on the analyst desk.
Sorry, can you repeat? Repeat.
We got to have a little bit of a difference on the analyst desk for sure.
Okay. I think Runtime will gonna win too, because wait, it's gonna be even, I think, but they are gonna win, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a very close game. So we do have the game coming up very, very shortly. I'll quickly ask Dreadpool how long it will be, as he will talk into my ear in just a second. So we have a few minutes until draft will be commencing. We're just having all the players meeting up, making sure they're having time to get themselves set up. Now, with the teams so far, has there been any champions that you've been scared of going against yourself?
Wait. I was lagging. Sorry. Can you
It's all good, Cautious. Is there any champion that you're concerned of going up against yourself?
Against myself, you said.
Is there?
Wait.
It's all good, man. It's
Wait,
all
I'm really lagging. Sorry, can you repeat?
okay. So, is there any champion you're scared of going up against yourself?
I think maybe. I think Victor is a champ that I really dislike because he's very strong in this moment. So, Victor is a good option. I don't really like playing it against it.
Yeah, now the problem with Victor is it's just so safe in that early game. You just allow him to farm up whatever you want. But remember, it isn't just you and me who get to decide who is going to be winning the game. Everybody in chat has an opinion too. So if you see in the top right, there is a prediction. It's Runtime versus Redemption. So quickly go and put in what you want. You only have around about a minute left to decide who is going to win. Remember, the side of Redemption have many things going their way, but it's mostly their bot lane. The thing of Brady and Neko in the bot lane, seeing if they are able to win out and get them as their win con. And on the side of Runtime, it's their mid laner of Lunam. Is he able to get Ortega so far behind that he is able to 1v5 the game? This is really the part where both teams are going to be going for. Okay, well, this is going to be it from me and not Cautious Cat. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here, and we will be sending you over to Sovonix and Arvid. Take it away, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. As he said, my name is Arvid, who will be your play-by-play caster, and join with me will be Sovonix, who will be my color caster. Say hello, Sovonix.
Greetings. How is everyone doing tonight? I am excited for today's games. I believe we have 2 today, correct?
Yeah, we have 2 games. So I think the first one will be Redemption versus Runtime, and the second one will be Proxima versus Black Manta, if my memory doesn't slip.
Yeah, I believe that is correct. Now, we heard the predictions from the analyst desk. I want to ask, what do you think? Who's going to take this game?
You know, it's kind of like 2 peas in a pod, right? Like both of these teams are. What is there to say about these teams? I mean, we all know we all know that the Redemption team was formed in the span of like a few days.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't really have a lot of expectation on this team, and I have no idea how this new Runtime roster will perform. Although Runtime are always the team that's always lurking around the middle of the pack, at least when it comes to the Div 1 versus Div 2 debate. Runtime has always been a team historically that has been hanging around the top teams, but not really quite doing enough.
Yep.
But well, let's see today. I think this time will probably be Runtime, just based on how much Redemption has been together, which is not a lot of time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing about the Redemption team is that I think they have 2 noticeable individuals on their roster, Ortega and Brady. So, you could sort of identify a core there and sort of be like, these guys are going to be the experienced players. They know they've played SLE before, I think both of them. So, yeah, I think if you have a setup like that, we've seen many teams in the past build rosters like this, and it does work on occasion. So I'm interested to see how this Redemption roster will do. As you said, the thing about Runtime is, I've heard from Vion that he believes this is an upgraded version of their roster. Whether or not that comes into fruition, we will have to see, because, I mean, the end of the day, results speak louder than the words. So, I
That
mean,
is
yeah. Is there any players you're looking
not
at
at
this game?
all. Not at all. I am
No.
just looking for the complete package. But I will ask our lovely producer, how much time till we get into draft?
Yes,
Well,
so we'll
okay,
have
so
1 or 2 minutes until we start the draft. Yeah, I mean, like, do you know much about the players in this game?
I have no clue.
That's
I
absolutely
actually have no clue. Never. I think I've never played against Runtime, even with their all the iteration of the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I played against any of the members on Redemption either. So I have actually no idea how good these players actually are.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely fine. I mean, I think that just makes it more exciting. But so, guys, for everyone watching, if you haven't seen in the SLE chat, Mikis has been releasing some fantastic articles about some of the teams. And so 2 of these teams, Redemption, Runtime, in these articles, Mikis has rated Runtime as the 5th highest power ranking and Redemption at number 10. So with that, you can always assume who's the favorite. That's an increase of 5. That's 5 teams difference that Mikis believes these 2 teams are ranking at the moment. And I'm gonna sort of just break down a few of the champions that Redemption play. So they're as you know, talking point, they're bot laner. You have Brady here, you know, currently sitting at 142 games on Caitlyn this season. He is plat 3, and I know he is a player that spends a lot of time on solo queue. So, you know, when you play that much, sometimes your solo queue rank isn't indicative of how good you actually are because of how much you fluctuate. But I think looking at his support partner in the bot lane, you have it's Sussy Nico. And you know, you have an enchanter player here. Wait, Sussy Nico's the one playing, correct? Am I right? Or is it Fade?
Fade, I think.
It's Fade. Right, it's Fade. Right. Sussy Nico's an enchanter player, but she's not playing. Or he's not playing. Oh, that was don't kill me, guys. Fade is the one playing today, and on his op.gg, he's got his top 3 champions are Trundle, Set, and Yumi. Now, to me, this screams a support that kind of dabbles in all kinds of playstyles. And if you pair that up with Brady, who is a player who has a lot of experience in the game because he has no life, you get a pairing of, you got a support who can adapt to an AD carry. And I think that's always a successful recipe for the bot lane. You know, and of course we touched on Ortega in the mid lane, and I think he's got a fantastic champion pool. He's got Victor, Corki, Ari, Oriana. I can see fantastic control mages alongside the Ari, which is sort of like a utility assassin, and you know, one of the more popular picks in the meta right now. Sussy Nico is playing Fade jungles. Okay, so Fade is jungle, and Sussy Nico is support. Right. Back to my other point. Actually, Ortega doesn't. Wait, I am looking at the wrong players. Ortega is an Ari player. Ari, Galio, Seraphine, Azir. Hey, I love an Azir player. Not great win rate, but that's fine. But yeah, I think just based off looking at that, it's hard to gauge what kind of draft that we can expect from these guys. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, I believe we will be ready to head into Champ Select soon.
Yes. We are inches away from Champ Select, guys. Let's have a look at the prediction on who. Let's have a quick look at the predictions on who the most of the people decided to bet on, and it seems to be Redemption.
Redemption, yeah.
That's getting the most.
I mean,
wait, actually, no, wait. Is it Runtime or is that? Does that mean Redemption? I don't know how.
It means Redemption is favored. So,
Redemption.
What is interesting here is, of course, Redemption have names like Brady, like Ortega that are recognizable, but it almost seems like, you know, Runtime have gone under the radar. This is a team that played an entire split last time around, and they've made small changes. It's pretty much the same team with a slight change, and this team did very, very strong and very well in playoffs against, you know, the playoffs of SLE last split included Division 1 teams. So I think the disrespect on Runtime is very, very surprising, and I think they'll be able to they'll definitely be able to surprise some people. I think I personally think Runtime are going to take this.
Yeah, I agree. I think Runtime are the definite kings of Division 2.
Yeah.
They are almost always at the top of Division 2. They will be able to take a game off. They will sometimes be able to take a game off a Div 1 team in a decent fashion. They won't always make it through to the end due to the nature of Div 2 teams, but for what they are, for the teams they're gonna face, this is just I just see this as a Runtime win, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be close, but nonetheless, yeah, I do think Runtime are favored, and I'm saying this purely based off an experience thing. The nerves are going to be high. The stakes are high. Redemption, like as you mentioned, they're a new team. They're coming in. This is their first official game together. They're going to be nervous, you know, and they're not playing. I think with their full roster, I believe. Could be wrong, but nerves are definitely going to be high. And I actually think we are ready for picks and bans. So, yes.
Yep, we are working to resolve the pick ban issue.
Yeah.
We as the casters have already gotten a little sneak peek on the draft, but we cannot reveal it to you yet, despite how hungry you guys are. Okay, so for the red side, which is Redemption, they have already locked in a Wukong and a Darius, waiting to pick their R3. Meanwhile, on the Runtime side, they've already locked in the Graves and Alistar, and are looking with 4 seconds left on the draft to pick up a Talia, assuming that is Talia for the mid lane, Graves for the jungle. Already some spice picks, some interesting champions, Talia and Graves, two very Talia's grown more into the meta, but Graves is more of a niche pick.
Yes.
What do you think about it?
Well, I think Talia right now is probably one of the strongest picks in the game.
That's
let alone in mid lane.
Finish that.
What would be interesting here to see is like a champion like Talia. Kind of when you see Talia in the draft, it eliminates so many options that you can pick because her E, you get stunned on dash, which means a lot of the meta champions, it's going to be difficult to play already. And we already see a Wukong, one of the strongest. Talia's a fantastic pick into that. What I find interesting here is they've gone with the Graves pick. Those of you can't see, there's a Graves on B1. I have gone with the Graves pick, which personally, it's not common, especially not at this level, and it does require a level of expertise to execute correctly. So you can kind of assume just based off that there is a comfort with this champion, and there's probably a reason why it's been picked. But yeah, I think this might seem really weird because you guys can't see the draft, but well, it'll get shown in a second. Do not worry, guys. Yes, right. Okay, so we are seeing a B4 Jinx, B5 Aatrox on blue side, and then on the R4 it is Twitch, R5 Yuumi. Personally, I am not a big fan of the pick order, so you guys can't see this, but yeah, so same on the client. So pick order is Graves. So B1 is Graves, then R1, R2, Wukong, Nautilus, B2, B3, Alistar, Talia, then R3, Oriana, and then bans, and then B4, B5, Jinx, Aatrox, and then R4, R5. Well, it doesn't pick like that, but yeah, is Twitch and Yuumi. Wait, was it Yuumi? It was Yuumi, right? Yeah, cool. Nautilus, right? Yeah. So, I think. I mean, what do you think of the drafts?
I mean, to me, I just love me a bit of Graves. It actually seems to be it's actually Graves mid against the Oriana, so I think you're already gonna expect to have the push there in the mid lane. Aatrox is a pretty strong champion, but from me, and I mean, I don't like the support picks for either side. Like you're playing Jinx and Twitch. What do you want with Jinx and Twitch? You want enchanters. and there were no enchanters banned, by the way. The enchanter pool is wide open. You could have literally just traded Lulu for Yumi at any point in this draft, and you go in for Nautilus Alistar.
Yep, exactly. It's
I hate it. I like it more on the side of Redemption because they already have the engage with the Wukong, the Oriana Ball, all that good stuff. But I don't understand it on the side of Redemption because you what you're doing is you just want them to run into you if with this draft they have with Talia, with the Graves, Jinx, the Aatrox, the everything. Like you want them to run into you, right?
Yeah, precisely. I think, like I said, Talia is such a game-breaking pick right now because it does limit so many of your options. And here, we see a Nautilus get picked into Talia, which is actually awful. As soon as you hook, you're stunned. Basically, any team fight. Not the best option, but nonetheless, I think the runtime draft is, I would say, favored. But it's hard to tell. We'll have to see how the game plays out.
Yeah, we are still waiting to actually get into the game from a draft perspective. I think Redemption takes this one. I don't know. They seem to have easier champions, easier to execute.
Yeah, definitely. I think simple to execute is definitely really important to have. But if you're runtime here and if you're Redemption, what would you say are the win conditions?
If it is Graves mid, you should just be looking for plays. Basically, you're gonna have the mid push like very often because there's very little Oriana should be able to do against a Graves. That I'm assuming this mid laner is comfortable on Graves. I don't understand why you would be picking Graves mid if you're not comfortable on it. This is for sure some comfort pick of his.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you're gonna have the push in, assuming that's what the Grace wants to do. That's what I think it wants to do, and you're just gonna make plays with Talia, just roaming around the map, while Aatrox and Darius are slapping it on the top lane.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I think as you said, Graves is it's definitely a confident pick. It is one of those skill check champions, especially into the Wukong. I mean, it wasn't picked into the Wukong, it was B1'd actually, so that's even more reason to be confident with it. But really important is we have two hyperscaling AD carries in this game, and just looking at how easy it is to play for both of them, I would say Twitch is not easy to play in this game. You have Alistar, Talia, Graves, and Aatrox that can all take you out, and it's not exactly like as soon as you open up your ultimate, you are sort of at risk to get caught out. So, yes.
Let's do a fun little game while we're waiting for the game to load. This is what I do almost every cast when I cast alone NLC Div 3. Who wins skin diff? Who has skin diff? Who has skin diff? I think it goes to Redemption on this one.
Ooh, I don't know.
It's 4v3. So,
yeah, but
I don't like battle.
Yeah, but
battle tag Jinx.
No, but Moo Cow Alistar. Come on.
Moo Cow Alistar doesn't.
Do not
Moo Cow
Alistar.
I think you do with a combo of these 4 skins. You can beat one Moo Cow Alistar.
No, I disagree.
Yes, I think okay. We're gonna be splitting this one. You vote for Look, they have 2 shit skins and 1 good skin against 1 decent skin and 3 great skins.
Yeah, I mean, no, Moo Cow Alistar is too powerful. Honestly.
I think you're overestimating the Moo Cow Alistar, but
I am not. I'm underestimating it actually.
What the fuck? Okay. Well, that is like your opinion, man. So yeah.
My opinion is wrong. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm super excited for this game actually. Seems like Talia is running in the jungle. So
Oh no.
Oh no, we're having more. We're having more issues.
Oh my god. We're having issues with HQ, guys. I son of Groot. Arvid is trying hard not to say your opinion is trash, but I can say it now. Sovanix, your opinion is trash.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I look Twitch chat.
Okay. All right, guys. How about this? As we are, you know, trying to deal with some issues at the moment. Everyone in chat, feel free to have a cool Q&A with me because I'm super famous. All right, what are your questions, guys?
Yep. If you have any questions for the two champions of SLE,
Oh shit.
you can ask.
Yeah, guys, you have two kings of SLE.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, guys.
Two kings of SLE.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If your SLE winning team played against our SLE winning team, who would win?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, what? I mean, I don't think I don't know if you have the strength to beat Prime Parker Watcher. I don't know if you have the strength to beat Prime Parker Watcher on like LeBlanc or something. I don't know. I don't know if you have the strength to do it. I don't know if you have the strength to do it.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, let's cut that whole discussion off because we are just about to head into the game while everything is loading.
Someone did ask, will you be equal even though Vion9 is playing? Absolutely not, mate. Like, Vion is my boyfriend. I will be, every time he does something no, he's not. I'm straight. But,
really?
Every time he does something completely average, I will lose my shit. Anyway.
Okay, wait. Bro, take that right. I need to see this Twitch chat. Okay. Take that right. I need to see this. Savage Migas, Forsaken lost even. Okay. I'm gonna say that was the old energy Forsaken. We had a different mid laner and a different top laner. That is not prime energy Forsaken. Energy Forsaken, we're talking season 1 SLE. We win easy. We might not be easy, but I think we have a shot at winning it. Don't come out here spreading misinformation. I mean, it's not misinformation, but spreading wrong context here, Mikus.
Yeah. Yeah, Mikus, my boy, my homie. Mikus is always right. The sooner everyone learns that, the better.
I mean, the info was correct, but it was wrong context. It gives the wrong context.
Oh my god, there's gameplay.
Yeah, there's gameplay, except not because we're covered by files of files.
Yeah, I'm watching from the stream because I'm just done watching files. Yeah, Arvid, you're back in SLE, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna play tomorrow for Altera Astaroth.
Wow.
Maybe not on the permanent basis.
So I have a question then, since you're a player now. Is there any player in SLE that you consider to be really insane? Potentially someone who plays Azir, and potentially someone who's.
I was gonna say Fnatic Sovanix before you said that.
Oh my god!
But now if you're just gonna go toot your own horn, I guess I need to think up a little bit.
Wait, what the hell?
Yeah. Okay. I will actually not finish that comment because we are heading right into the game. Game 1, the only game between Redemption and Runtime, as we see a immediate 5-man invade that is gonna be spotted out by the ward. I need to see these names.
Yeah, this is a very interesting. Yeah, interesting decision to go for the invade. I think usually when you invade on top side, you want to do it when you're playing on blue side, because just the way the entrance works, it's very easy to suss out or sort of see if you're stunning the right position, where the invade comes from. So yeah, I don't expect much to be happening in this early game. However, that being said, you have a immobile mage mid lane against Talia Graves. If I'm Wukong here, you need to protect your mid laner here, and yeah, it's definitely abusable. If Graves gets ahead, it is a disaster. This is one of the best picks into Orianna, personally. I've played this matchup a few times, and I would say it is pretty strongly favored to Graves, and I expect him to fully have prior. I actually don't know what beats Graves in mid lane, other than being able to outrange him. So I think just based off that, Runtime should look to play around mid lane as much as possible. As you can see here, Graves already getting prior. It's level 1, and yeah. So just an example of what to expect from this mid lane, and I think it's going to be a tough one for Ortega.
Yeah. We right now are just seeing some standard League of Legends gameplay, a bit of aggressive positioning coming out from Sassy Neko in the bot lane, along with is it driver? Like because if can I get a bit of zoom so I can read these names?
Yeah, we can call him Brady. I'm gonna call him Brady.
Oh, Brady.
Let's call him Driver.
And I'm gonna call him Brady. So it's huh?
Driver.
Yeah, driver. I mean, I need the screen to be a bit larger if that works. Oh, oh, that's far enough. Alright. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll do my best here, but we will have a receipt Kalensky or Kolaski. Okay, Kolaski is the name. Kolaski. Doing a little bit of red side invade on Wukong's camps while he is busy doing the wolf camp. And what do you think both these junglers are going to be looking to do once they get on the map?
Yeah, I think if you're Talia here, there's a lot of opportunities to play around both mid and bot lane. I think one of the struggles with Talia is you do need setup, or hitting your W is quite difficult. It's a lot easier now because of the EW. But you have Alistair in the bot lane, and obviously you have a mobile mid, a mobile mage in Orianna. So I think ganking these two lanes are going to be very interesting. What will be interesting to see, and as you guys can see already, this top lane matchup, you have Darius into Aatrox. There's a 10 CS lead at the moment for Darius. Obviously, there's a wave pushing in, so this will change shortly. But nonetheless, I think you pick up Darius for lane dominance, and we actually see potential gank happening here.
Yeah, we'll see here as Sasineko is looking forward with the Q, the poison W from the... as Sasineko actually gets knocked back into the turret, but will barely fall. They will be looking to go aggressive. However, Tissimas with the Alistar had the E stun up, but was not able to use it. As now we do see a bit of slapping in the top lane. Darius versus Aatrox, a matchup I am not too familiar with.
Yeah, well, interesting. Oh, there's fight mid lane.
Yeah, fight mid lane. A bit of slapping action, but Ortega sadly lacks the mana to commit to it. It seems so. Yeah. Oh, Kolaski was looking towards this top side, but Kobonos.
Yeah, interesting events happening here. I think the Alistair played this insanely well. I have to commend the patience there, as and we saw in top lane there's actually a fight.
Oh yeah, I might have to cut you off here because Kobonos and Astaroth are fighting once again.
Yeah, Astaroth. We know how good Astra is. He got the pentakill last split, if anyone remembers, and I think he's holding his own in this matchup. He will go down as he's just shoved a pretty large wave into this Darius. Now TP blown from Lunam on Graves here, which means I'm not sure if he's gonna be saving for a reset before first objective. But yeah, I think he does have at times pretty decently well here.
Might have to cut you off here because Kolaski is waiting here in this bush. Tissimas is hidden. Loyman is on the way. He goes for the flash Q, doesn't hit it, and the W goes a bit wide as the snap traps doesn't get the stun. So that is at least flash burnt on the AD carry, but flash burnt on the cow as well.
I think you have to see this definitely as a net game for Runtime. Flash for flash, but you have Hex Flash, and Flash on Twitch is way more valuable than Flash on Alistair, especially now because the only summoners available for Redemption in the bot lane is a Ghost on Twitch and an Ignite on Nautilus. Definitely opens up potential level 6 gank in the bot lane for Kolaskai. or Kolaski. I'm gonna call him Vion because he's my baby cakes. But yeah, potential gank opening for him there. Not too much has happened in this game, just a few kind of small skirmishes that haven't really led to anything. But nonetheless, I think this has been an interesting start to the game, and yeah, I mean, moving ahead, you can see Redemption moving in for this dragon. I don't think there's going to be a contest for it, and I think it's going to go to Redemption.
Yeah, actually, it does seem like they are gonna contest it. Actually, I don't think they're actually gonna be able to get the dragon. I actually don't know what is going on down there at the moment. But it does seem like Runtime actually was the one who took up the Drake. It did seem like they were moving. They on the map. It did seem like they were getting their members there first. It seemed like it was only Sassy Neko and Fade doing the dragon.
Yep, Runtime managed to slither their way into the pit, and they got control of it. And I think, you know, as I mentioned at the start, you have Graves against Oriana. He's always going to be able to push in this lane. He's creating so much pressure. And you know, Oriana's pretty behind. I think if we just look at the individual player differences right now, you have a pretty solid CS lead considering, you know, the time of the game. Solid CS lead on mid, really big CS lead on bot lane, and, you know, jungle as well is ahead. So the only discrepancy for Runtime is in top lane here. But sorry, Sassy Neko is here, potentially looking for a gank.
Has the hook, has the flash, but decides to not commit to it as Astra is just gonna look as Koloski is actually coming here and joining them. Loyman is actually on the way. The Talia wall gets popped. Sasniga has the flash, but the E will be able to take him away as the hook does not land the turret, and Astra will pick up the first blood, and yeah, that pull doesn't really hit the mark, does it?
Yeah, first blood going over to Runtime. I think this was a classic rookie mistake. If you're clearing a ward, it means the enemy team can see you. So you need to back off as soon as you do that, as there's a potential dive in the bot lane.
Yeah, and and this just opens up Runtime to pick up some free plays of their own, as Brady was left on his own there. So and this is what we talked about before, Sovanix, with the skirmishing. Yeah, you skirmish the Talia Graves, making plays on the map, getting a kill on Sasineko right there in the top lane, punishing the over-aggression. That is nice stuff to see.
I think the biggest thing is this Graves will always have priority in mid lane, you know, and even if he drops it after a roam, he can get it back very easily, as you can see right now. And that allows movement for Graves and Talia around the map. It'll punish things like, you know, being careless and clearing vision. This is a classic low-level support mistake. When you are clearing wards, as I said, the enemy team has full information where you are and full information where you are exiting towards, so you need to be mindful. Unfortunately, Sassy Neko was not and got punished for it. And you saw this worst case scenario here. You know, your support roams up, gets killed in the roam, which means you've got a long period of time where, you know, drivers left there in the bot lane just kind of, you know, drying out, pun intended, you know, bleeding out in goals, you know, has to walk away from the tower, and you get Runtime picking up free plays in the bot lane. And yeah, I think at the moment the gold is bugged, but I believe it is a gold lead for Runtime at the moment. And I think, I mean, this game is looking good, and it's going to be interesting to see how they can carry this out, as there's a fight in top.
Yeah, it's a fight in top, but it does seem to be going in Astra's favor. And I wanted to ask you right about now. So now, Runtime, you pick up a kill in top lane. Astra is getting stronger and stronger. You are winning out in the skirmishing department. What are Runtime gonna look to do now in these coming minutes?
Well, hang on.
Oh yeah, it's my fine top lane. Astra hits the full combo onto Hovanov, makes him burn the flash. But yeah, back to the question.
Oh, no questions anymore.
Yeah, no questions anymore. Sassy, Neko, and Fade are gonna be looking in this bush. Tissimas is gonna be meeting up its ward. The cow sentence. Maybe they got spawned out on the control board. Who knows? But
yeah, very very good restraint from the Redemption to call off that dive when the Alisher spotted them out. Because in my opinion, I don't think that would have worked as well as they have assumed to. So they call off the play. Fortunately, that, you know, they showed themselves on the bot side, which means these Graves Talia can go and grab the herald. But yes, what was your question?
Yeah, question is like, so now you get the kill top, you get the herald. Now Drake spawning in 40 seconds. What are runtime looking to do to secure an even stronger lead than they
I
already
mean,
have?
if you're runtime here, you need to play around this mid lane priority. Use it as much as possible. You know, there are objectives on the map to be collected here. And for example, Ortega being
Getting a bit caught out here, isn't gonna be quite hit by the clap traps, but will have to burn the flash for it, and that was quite odd. As now Brady sneaking around, the rat gets exhausted immediately. Tissimas gets hooked by the dredge line, but Driver gets knocked away, and the bot lane has to run away as Fade is joining the fray.
Yeah, interesting roam from Ortega. I think this is him not understanding what his position in this game is. You kind of just need to sit in mid, pick up gold as much as you can, and then wait for a clutch team fight. Hopefully hit a nice shockwave.
Driver almost getting caught on the bottom. He has to burn Ghost and Flash. As now Redemption are the ones that are gonna start up the Drake. Is this the optimal play? Let's see.
Yeah, well, bear in mind, there's a lot of stuff, like, Driver has no summoner spells here.
Oh, Saseneko stepping forward, keeping the members away, and this looks like a Mountain Drake secured for Redemption.
No, interesting, you know, if you're on runtime here, I mean, I guess you can go for the mid lane shove, but if you're on time here, you have to sort of be able to identify, you know, no summoners on Twitch, no ultimate. This is a great time to fight. Orianna is super weak. They're actually heading towards top lane here.
Neumann is looking for a play here, trying to punish the flashless Darius, but doesn't quite reach it in time as Tissimas just goes in onto Brady, but here comes the Weaver's Wall along with Fade. Fade does get knocked up, but it doesn't matter as Saseneko will pick up the kill as Fade goes back in.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but Vion did not follow his ultimate. I guess he tried to use it to just block them off, but instead pushed the Wukong towards the Alistar. But I mean, I like the gank. The kill goes over to Saseneko, which is not optimal, but nonetheless, you know, ties up the kill score. And I mean, I think if you're runtime here, you need to be playing around this mid lane priority a bit better. Meaning, like, when Graves shoves, he should look to try and move into the river just to create pressure. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of just me answering your question from earlier. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, and we'll just see here with DJ coming up in 4 minutes there, and there's no other objective. There is going to be a lot of other plays happening as now Neumann is going in for a little play on Ortega. The ultimate, the synced up ultimate from Stap and from Neumann will secure the kill. That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, I have to admit that was extremely greedy from Ortega to be walking back there. Like, once again, thing about mid lane is that when you're in a losing matchup, you need to know that you're in a losing matchup. He walks greedily through that part of the lane. Graves identifies, I win this 1v1, takes it, doesn't end up being able to 100 to 0 her, but gets her low enough, and the synchronized ultimates, the Graves ult into the super mega death rocket in synchronization takes out Ortega, and that is 2 kills for runtime now. I think, you know, kind of looking at the scores again.
Yeah, sadly I have to cut you off here because Fade is looking for a play in the top lane. Astro is using the ultimate to try to outplay this, but I don't think that will be enough. With the Darius ultimate, that looked like a bit of a turnaround, but yeah, Fade will secure that on that one. You can, and I will give you the time to continue, maybe
not.
As Tissimas is looking for another play, Saseneko used the Dreadline to get away, and Tissimas just goes in, even burns Neko's flash. Okay. Yeah,
respect flash. I think if you're a Saseneko, you're kind of assuming you don't know if the Talia is there. I think it was quite obvious that there was a Talia nearby, so understand the respect flash. And blue taken away. Look at how Lunim's taken over this mid lane completely.
Yep. Neumann is just mid diff right now, and Neumann is just with this time just looking to hover with Talia. Just him and Talia making plays. This is what we said before. Nice to see that the players agree, as now Fade and Ortega might be a bit caught out here. Neumann and Koloski, no flash on Orianna, as Fade now goes in with the W and E, as now Koloski might actually be the one who was caught out all along, as the Super Mega Death Rocket will not connect, but that was probably not gonna help at all, and that was very weird.
I really like what Redemption bot lane just did there. So they identified Graves and Orion were moving back up into the mid lane. You had Wukong behind the tower. Oh, is there another kill here?
No, not.
Top lane shenanigans.
Yeah, this always happens in top lane.
Top lane shenanigans. Anyway, yeah, and so we saw, the runtime mid jungle. They were like, all right, perfect time to punish them. I was also on the assumption that Fade was in dire danger, but nonetheless, he had the Redemption bot lane following just behind them with the Twitch sneaky invisibility, and that led to kill onto Redemption's side. So they go ahead in kills now, and I think one thing to note is this top lane matchup has shifted in favor of Astra over the Chaos, and interesting to see. I mean, if you're Darius, falling behind in lane, I know for a fact is not what you want to be doing.
It is a tough time,
especially in this game. You're gonna get kited, and Ortega's in trouble again.
Yeah, I guess Korra has to burn the flash, gets stunned up, is almost gonna join into Clatter, but stop! Gets pulled in by the ultimate and killed in the end, and now Tissimus will join the same. What is going on? This is the second time the Runtime is going for a play and gets punished by Redemption. And Loiman might be looking to follow suit. Fade doesn't have the ultimate, so can't really follow up, just looking to catch him out. See, Loiman used the ult to get over the wall. Sasneko has the hook ready, doesn't have the flash though, and they just ultimately decide to go off in favor of this Infernal Drake.
Yeah, and Infernal Drake gonna be started out by Redemption. I don't expect any form of contest going in for this, unless Lunam wants to. He's trying to queue over the wall.
That's not how this works.
Yes. Maybe Beyond can go for it.
Oh, he just goes in along with Kolaski, but that won't do anything. Loiman is actually staying alive.
Beyond
really goes down as Astra. We're actually joining in the fight. I did not even notice, as now Ortega has to run, but I don't think he has what it takes because he has no flash, as that will be a double kill. Or it's just a single kill, or no?
The Runtime mid jungle balls to the wall says, we are going in here. We do not care. This fight is going to be ours. They lose out on the dragon, but they take down 3 and kills over to Graves, which is big. Now, I want to sort of point out something quite important in that whole sequence of things, because a lot of things happen. If you're Jinx here, you are slapping yourself in the face. You just walked into an Orianna ball when you have and you didn't even flash the ultimate. I think this is a classic, like, not to be rude, but players at like silver level, you're expected to avoid this. So bit of a misstep. I'm not sure if it's nerves. I believe Snap is a new player into the SLE, so understandable that nerves are playing into it. As
Hex Flash over the wall might be caught out here, never mind.
Yep, Herald going over to Runtime, which is fantastic for them. So they just want to fight, got the Herald. I saw Vion miss a W on blue buff. I'll be talking to him about that in before bed tonight. What? Who said that? Anyway.
Anything you want to tell us? Anything you want to tell us over next?
I hope Mikus isn't listening.
He's always listening.
He would not be happy about this. Right.
We'll see here as the teams now as we are approaching this mid game. What will both teams be looking to do?
Well, I think if you're a Runtime here, you identify our solo laners are significantly stronger than the enemies. You have CS lead on the Aatrox and the kill. Darius is sitting on 1 assist. Along that, you have a 2-0-2 Graves with Eclipse and Lord Dominic's. Comparing the gold is like this Graves is just so far ahead of this Orianna. It's not even funny. That's a huge shockwave in mid lane, actually.
Yeah, the shockwave hits on Stat, but I don't think that will finish up the kill as Kolaski picks up the kill onto Ortega. Ortega once again gets caught out here. As now Astra and Hibonus are fighting once again. As now also Loiman was looking for a kill onto Brady, but noticing that Sasineko was roaming up before his own support, decides to just back off entirely.
Yeah, I can't help but say when you're sort of in this position as Orianna, when you've lost your turret, it's almost a blessing in disguise in a tough matchup. Oh,
I have to cut you off again. Fade is on the flank here onto Astra. I'm not interested in looking at that draft, as Astra getting ulted on is looking to get a Noxian Guillotine, as the Noxian Guillotine finishes off the kill. Honos does pick up that kill as now Tissimas is on the flank. Stab is gonna be bot lane, scrapping in here in the mid lane. Sasineko gets caught out by the QW, has to flash away, and Brady is behind him, but gets exhausted, and Koloski was there to save him, as the ultimate does not matter. Sasineko will also, thanks to the Talia W, will secure another kill, and that is 2 kills now for Stab, as he is getting resets. Those resets don't matter, as they will just barrel it down with Shelly in this mid lane.
Yeah. Oh, Ortega's getting caught.
No breaks. Kolaski picks up that kill as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Ortega here, you gotta hold your hand up high and admit, you know, I'm sorry, team, because
It will also be picked up here. The Claptraps will not be able to catch out the Wukong, but as he will flash away, as this be the game, Hornos has to get located of the Iron Solarid.
yeah, as I was saying, Ortega's been caught multiple times now. Every death has been so avoidable, and I was saying before the fight started, if you're Orianna here, you're in a losing matchup, your turret is gone, you can sit at your tower, freeze the wave, and chill up until your item spikes. He did not do that. He overextended, got caught multiple times and died, and you know, just touching back on this fight, we saw Driver trying to go for the hero play. He went invis, he tried to go behind Stap, but he didn't know that the Talia was just around the corner. You have to compliment Vion here on his Talia. He's been in the right places at the right time, playing super well with Lunim on the Graves. And so that fight was really messy. I think to really break it down in the simplest form possible, we saw one team who have played together for a really long time and have great experience in a competitive sense, playing against a team that is new and potentially does not have the same level of experience. The fight for Redemption was messy. You know, it was sort of one after the other, people dying, they weren't going in together, and I can tell the communications were bad as Dragon
There
started
is gonna
off.
be a play here as Tissimas goes in. Ortega almost gets finished up by the Super Mega Death Rocket as Fade. It's now onto the backline, onto Stab. Stab might actually go down here as Fade just executes him in the backline, but will probably trade his life for it. As now Atos gets another 3-man Shockwave, but I don't think it will matter. The champs are not strong enough, as Loyman and Astra are just that strong. This rat can't do anything except get exterminated. Probably.
Well, I don't know if that was a 3-man Shockwave. I think the Shockwave was a whiff.
That was a 3-man. It was a 3-man Shockwave. It just didn't do any damage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw the Shockwave animation on top of the Orianna.
No. Because I saw 3 members being pulled in to each other. That 3-man Shockwave. I mean, whatever Ortega didn't do anything. So yeah, it dealt no damage. I don't know if Ortega got the W off.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay, yeah, that was actually a really nice Shockwave, but yeah, he's just too far behind, unfortunately. Yeah, that was looking good for Redemption. They caught onto Stap. Stap fell down. Fantastic play from Fade, but it just wasn't enough. I think this Graves Talia is just way too strong. Yeah, I mean, if you're Redemption, you're gonna need your Twitch to get his items fast. He doesn't have his mythic yet. Once he does, he can start pumping out crazy amounts of damage. But until then, the fights are gonna be looking like that. Even if the Jinx falls, you have 3 other threats to deal with, and Baron control is now all onto Runtime.
Yeah, we will see, but that was a very good fight from Runtime as they are extending this lead 13-8. They are looking unstoppable here. 4-1-6 for Vion Sovanix's fiance is looking very good.
Oh, no, hang on, that's incorrect.
Also, Loyman 4-0-6. This is a mid gap if I've ever seen one, as now both teams are looking for this Baron, and the game will end on this Baron call, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it was touched on, I think, by the analyst desk. You know, I think this mid lane will be an interesting one to see. And I think here you can see, like, Lunim, he's really shown up. He's played really well. I think more impressively, he's played super well with Vion, and I really respect mid junglers that know how to play around the map together. And
Yeah, this area is completely blind for Runtime. Tissimas is looking for a bit of a play. Okay, they just all run away. Okay, Redemption is all run away from the play. They don't want anything to do with this chaos. Now it will give Runtime first hands on this Baron. How will Runtime be able to respond? There's no vision for them. They are taking their sweet time as Tissimas is looking for the flank. They are just going to be looking to turn that, but while this is happening, this Baron is just going down, and Tissimas isn't even dying. As now Astra puts up the ultimate, the snap trap goes up, flash force the echo, but Brady just gets executed in the mid lane. Fade goes in with the double knockup, but that is just not enough. Redemption are getting slaughtered. Astra is just that strong. It was a stomp from beginning to end as Runtime are looking to put Redemption in their place. Legacy versus experience. It is Legacy that will give Runtime the edge as they are looking to take their first game of SLE as a win against Redemption. GG.
Yeah, crazy fight out there. I think Driver was just in a bit of a unfortunate position for the Twitch. He was sort of kind of like I don't know, was he looking for a Malphite ultimate and there's more kills going on as well?
Yeah, and that's why you want an enchanter with the Lulu.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I had high... Game's not over yet, apparently.
Oh my god, stop.
Oh my god, stop.
Please end this game, please! Oh, we're looking like such doofuses. Please, just flash for it. Oh my god.
Oh, game's not over.
Oh yeah, game's not over yet as Kolinsky will die to the red buff. Not actually, as now Astra isn't going for the base. He is going for this kill onto Fade as Fade picks up the kill onto Kolinsky.
Wow.
Astra is gonna be able to get a kill onto Fade. Fade uses the double ultimate and the W to get away. He just dashes back in, dashes back out with the W. As Astra pops the ultimate, this monkey will not survive. It is ravaging in the Amazon rainforest as the monkeys will go extinct on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, I think Astra is really popping off here. I think the Runtime solo laners, the Runtime top side here is looking really, really strong. I think as well the Alistar has put in a stellar performance, but yeah, Stap sort of lost his mind, kind of.
Just... Yeah, I don't know what that was either, but honestly, this game is just looking over. The Drake will spawn in 20 seconds, so I'm assuming just Runtime will just be looking to secure that as they will.
Yeah, I mean, I think this game is sort of done and dusted. I could have just cast a cursed Runtime, but. I mean, yeah, I mean, when I touch on that fight again, Brady sort of went for the Malphite ultimate angle, realizing he's playing Twitch, so he just died. And yeah, I mean, Redemption, how long were they hitting Alistar and he didn't even die?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They hit him for a lot, but I don't know. They were just securing Baron while this cow was getting abused, but now it doesn't matter as Runtime, now with the secured red buff, with the secured Inferno Drake, just look to barrel it down mid to finally secure this inhib. But we'll see if there will be any bumps in the road created by Redemption as Astra did just leave the game. And we get the pause, come on! The inhib is right there, you can
could have just ended the game.
You can end this
oh
4v5, you can end this 4v5.
No, it's better to wait forever. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, it gives us some time to talk about the game. I mean, if you're a Redemption, you have to be disappointed with this, you know, especially, I mean, the Redemption bot lane. I think Brady, some of the fights, he's been heavily mispositioned. But, I mean, he did okay in lane phase. But the Nautilus has been caught on several occasions. I think same with Ortega. However, good sort of talking point for Redemption. I think Fade has shown a decent game here. I think especially, I mean, he definitely got out jungled, but you know, there's multiple factors going into that one, not just individual skill gap. But I mean, if we take a look at, you know, that fight around the dragon pit, the way he took out Stap was fantastic. That's exactly what you need to be doing when your team is behind as a Wukong. So I think if Redemption, you go away from this, there's talking points, there's things to learn, but you would definitely be disappointed in yourselves from this game.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, you can't have Redemption without losing first. So maybe this is just a part of the plan all along.
Yeah.
Courtesy of the name Redemption, you can't have Redemption without failing first. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I think kind of redemption out failing fish. That's true. They could be going for the long con kind of play here, but I think that's just been like usually when you have teams like this and you lose on a team basis, it's sort of more acceptable than what's happened in this game, where I think it's just been individual mistakes that have cost the game. I think, you know, most notably, if you're Oriana here, you can't be pushing up past your dead tier 3 turret.
We are just getting
we're
back
back.
into the game. Yeah, Baron buff will not be spawned yet. Hopefully this game will end in the coming 3 minutes, as hopefully we won't see just 3 minutes of farming into a Baron taking into the inhib take. The inhib is at half HP. And yeah, they're just setting up vision around the Baron.
Yeah, I mean, if you're runtime here, you know, pushing through mid is going to be hard because Redemption can kind of stack there. I think best is to look to try and push side lanes out. You can even send Aatrox bot and then the rest of the team top. Go for a 4-1 push. I don't think anyone can deal with this Aatrox right now. No one can even deal with Graves. I'm pretty sure Graves could be the one on the side lane. But actually, they're just barreling it down mid lane.
Yeah, Astrov is barreling it down onto Ortega. Ortega will be pulled back by the chains, and full combo will not get him out as the shockwave will miss. Sasineko did get picked up. Astra is looking a bit in trouble. Brady actually does get the kill, but gets knocked up by the Alistar, but does not die yet, as Brady will finally be taken out by the Exterminator. Yeah, and that will be the game. Runtime will pick up their first game. Redemption, you're gonna have to live up to your name in your next game. GG.
Yeah, GG's. Big game from Runtime. Big statement. They were not the favorites going into this. The Twitch chat voted for Redemption, you know, and rightfully so. There are noticeable names in that roster, but they didn't show up this game. I think it was a really, really poor game from Ortega and from Sasineko. Both definitely need to be watching this one back to point out what they can be doing better in future games. But if you're Runtime here, you got to be happy with this. You know, you just shut the entire crowd up and you just gave everyone a reminder. You know, we were the team that outperformed a few of the Division 1 teams in playoffs last split. And hey, what a statement to make. You know, I would consider this game a stomp, just off the basis of individual players performing better than the enemies, and overall as a team as well, outperforming Redemption. So yeah, fantastic game from Runtime.
Yeah, and yeah, we are ready to go into the next game, but
will we be doing interviews?
Will we be doing it?
No
time for interviews. Will we be going over to the analyst desk? Yep, because I need to get something to drink.
Yes, we'll be going to the analyst desk to take over a part of the next game.
Yo, guys.
Thank you guys for that. What a game to see. Redemption not really doing as well as we were first expected, but Runtime coming out with an incredible game. One of the picks I want to talk about was a Graves mid lane, really coming in with some spicy picks.
Yeah, that was so spicy, but that was a very good pick, I think.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in draft pick. The first bans are coming out. We're going to have to see if Redemption is able to change their course, change their strategy to get themselves a win in the second game. Their first ban is a Renata. It seemed like they may be going for the same bans. But we are just going to have to see what is going to be happening with that team. But one thing I want to talk about is the side of Runtime, a ban in a way that AD carries. They know that the side of Redemption, the strongest part of their team is their AD carry and their support. So trying to make sure that they have nothing they could do. Because that was the real shining light for the side of Redemption. They had Brady on that AD carry. He was not able to find the fights he needs, but he was definitely scary, having a few fights in the bot lane where they were looking like they were getting a lead.
I think the top lane, the edge top laner played very well, but Darius got killed one time and Aatrox just stomped him. So Astro played very well.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you there. The side of Runtime were able to decimate the top side of the map, being able to get themselves their Aatrox so far ahead that nobody could even compete against it. And the Oriana, as we said before, had that 3-man shockwave, but it just felt like it didn't do any damage because of how far behind that champion was. But there's one combo that's even stronger when you can't mess around, and that is going to be a Malphite and a Yasuo. It's look like Redemption going for a full team fight comp.
Mm. Who you do think is the MVP of this game?
Well, MVP of the last game is hard to say, but I would have to give it to the top laner myself. What about you?
Mm, I'm not sure about that, but maybe Leonam played very well. Talia too, but I think Leonam played better.
Well, my apologies, everyone. I found out that it's two different teams playing, so we'll have a quick reset. It's Black Manta versus Proxima Esports. I haven't been here in a while, so we'll blame it on that. So we do have two new teams going up against each other here. So there will be no redemption today, sadly, but we do have two new teams who are picking and banning. So my apologies for that. But Black Manta has picked for a little bit more of a unique comp, bringing out the Zillion and an Alawi, which I haven't seen in a while. But we do know how strong this champion is when things go into her. And when you have a full team like a Volibear, Malphite, and Yasuo that go straight into your face, she is going to be an absolute monster in these fights.
Wait, but that is Malphite jungle?
It could be Malphite jungle. We are not too sure yet what is going to be where. While the Zoe is going to get picked from Proxima Esports, just having a little bit more of that DPS on the side. They don't have too much AP damage on the side of Proxima, so I'm expecting maybe some AP coming out now. But Black Manta does come out with the Syndra, a very strong pick into the Yasuo.
Let's see what they pick.
Yeah, now the reason the Yasuo is quite weak against the Syndra is Syndra's able to push away Yasuo when he gets on top, giving her a little bit more space and gives her a little bit more momentum to be playing around him. So the Twitch is going to be the last pick on the side of Black Manta. Both team comps are very interesting indeed, but Proxima Esports seems like your typical simple, I go in, I kill you type team comp.
Wait, that's maybe Malphite TP?
I
Because
do believe there is a Malphite top lane.
yeah, but AP?
It could be a AP Malphite, but I'm not too sure if that's the type of style that this team wants to be going for. It's looking like they do have 3 beefy tanks. So this Twitch needs to get himself some armor pen early in the game or he won't be too useful. The only issue with Black Manta is they don't really have too many engage options on this team. All you have is your Diana, and your Diana into that team does not look fun.
Yeah.
Well,
That
everybody, we do have Proxima Esports versus Black Manta. We aren't the only ones who can decide who is going to win. So in the top right, you have a prediction, so you can decide. As there is also an MVP for last game. Who do you believe is going to win? Well, who do you believe was the best? Do you believe it was Astura, Koloski, Lunenstab, or Tassima? If I do believe I said them correctly.
yeah, Tissima.
Yeah, but what team comp are you going for this game? What team comp are you going for?
What do you mean?
What team comp do you believe is going to win?
I think the Black Manta one because they are more flexible. They have a AP. Proxima doesn't have it, so probably they can melt Malphite with AP from.
Yeah, they can melt the Malphite. The only issue is they don't really have too many things to stop them because they got so many different engage tools on the side of Proxima. They have the Nautilus, they have the Malphite, and even the Volibear as well. All 3 of these champions can get on top, and Syndra only has a 1 push back. So it's really going to be interesting to see if they are able to make it happen because Black Manta's looking like they're going to be on the back foot. If they don't get psych early, the game's not looking good for them.
They have Zillion for avoiding picks on their carry, so I think that's gonna be fine. Maybe Proxima Esports is too easily can be played.
Yeah,
So-
no, I completely agree with you there. But we only have a little bit left, only around about 60 seconds before we get ourselves into the game. If I was going to choose what lane to be focusing around, I would definitely focus around this mid lane. Because if this
Yeah,
Syndra gets too far behind and this Yasuo gets far ahead, the game is going to be all over. Because it feels just like a knock-up team for Yasuo.
bot lane is what?
Yes. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard enough of mine and Cautious Cat's voice. We will be sending you guys over to our beautiful casters of Savonix and Arvid. So please take it away.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
thank you for that lovely introduction, Cautious
Thank
Cat
you.
and Sathos. We will be soon into the first game, and I will just ask you very quickly, so Mr. Somonix, who won draft? 90 seconds.
I really like good cheese Sorry. I really like. I actually really like this Black Manta draft. I think there's a lot of tools that you can use. You have what's interesting, right? Is there is a wombo combo, of course, on the side of Proxima.
Mhm.
It is definitely easier to play. So
Yeah.
in terms of who won the draft, I'd probably say Proxima. But
Who's gonna win?
but no, who's gonna win?
Yeah. That's that. I'm jumping around because we already
No,
went over the draft. Who wins overall? Who do you
wins
think will
overall?
win?
I don't know too much about these players. I believe they are all new. I don't believe we're seeing any returning individuals in this game
Like Black Manta.
from previous splits.
Yeah,
But
Black
I
Manta
do- I
was
do-
ranked 4th on the
Yeah,
power rankings,
I
and
do
Proxima are
know-
ranked 9th.
I do know Black Manta have some strong players on their team. BLM, shout out to the boys. But I think I just think Proxima's team comp is just so easy to execute.
You think
Um,
Proxima wins the game?
I don't think so. I guess I just don't have. I mean, based off draft, if I didn't know what players were on which team, I would say Proxima wins. This is just so much more easy to execute. But the BLM draft, it's kind of those like, if you are the better players, then this works. If you can beat the Syndra sorry, you can beat the Yasuo as the Syndra, which if you are the better player, I think in general this matchup is favored to Yasuo. But if you are a good Syndra player, you can make this work. Then that in itself kind of pulls the favor.
Well, I will cut you off here, as Maybai might be caught out in the jungle. They do spot out the massive invade coming towards them with that ward. So nothing too complex here. So yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
What do you think both these drafts wants to look for in this early game?
Right, if you're on BLM, you're looking, so you need to create space for your Alawi to do her Alawi stuff. You are against Malphite. This is not a champion that can punish an Alawi. Malphite here has been picked for Proxima to sort of facilitate this Yasuo. Other than that, there's no other reason for this Malphite to be here. And if you're Alawi, you're looking to punish that. And if you're BLM, you're looking to create space for your Alawi in order to do that. Now, how do they do that? You have an aggressive early game jungler. Volibear has sort of fallen off in the meta, I think, right now, but still gets picked quite often. And I think if you're the Yasuo, you should be looking to get priority in this mid lane. There's no reason why you shouldn't. The only sort of scare for you is this Diana Syndra. It is a deadly combo if you get caught by one part of Syndra's CC, even if it's the W slow. That is danger for you, especially if you're on the Yasuo. So I think, looking at both team comps, BLM, you're going to be looking to create space for Alawi and hopefully buy time for your Twitch to get power spiked. And if you're the Syndra, hold out, and if you can, punish the Yasuo on mistakes. If you're on Proxima, never mind.
Wait,
No.
Neko almost putting Chuichi.
Yeah. No.
I don't know what that name is. I can't really see.
Yeah.
Chuichi, yep. Chuichi almost getting down to... He's getting below half HP thanks to Neko's trading. But we will see, as now it's just seeing some standard laning action. Both junglers are going to be meeting up at the same place.
Yep. I
Both
believe
on
the
top side of the map.
scoreboards are bugged. Well, I think the CS as well. 'Cause I don't, yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, but actually, interesting. We're sort of like almost we're at third wave now in mid lane, and there's only 2 waves of farm picked up. So but yeah,
maybe because all is fighting.
you can see this Syndra is going to be under a lot of pressure. Now, if you're a Diana here, this is gank opportunity. You need to identify that as soon as possible. But I did not touch on what Proxima need to do. Straightforward, get this Yasuo ahead, and then team fight. Press R, one on top of the other. Zeri should be untouched in these fights, as all the attention will be on Yasuo. And I think it's bog standard, it's bread and butter. And if they can pull it off, they could cause an upset here.
Yeah, we'll see about that. It is the 4th ranked team versus the 9th ranked team in the power rankings, so definitely an upset if those power rankings are going to ring true. And now Lighty is caught in a bit of an overstand, doesn't really know what to do, is going to decide to move in here. As now him and Maybai are looking to be fighting here, as Maybai almost getting caught out, as Neko has to be a bit careful about the stun and everything, but seems to be fine in the end, as bot lane still just farming it out with a slight CS lead of 4 minions. Actually, almost 10 minions for Zeri.
Yeah, I actually do want to point out something for the side of Proxima. You've got this Volibear here. You kind of want to make aggressive plays in the early game, especially, I mean, you're against Diana, you don't outclear a Diana. Oh, wait, actually,
maybe I might be caught out here. Maybe is in a pocket of vision that is not accessible, as making almost dying here in the top lane. Has to dodge out these okay, the tentacles did not spawn, so
wait,
is making Chan needs to be careful as he just goes in on everything and just gets solo killed. What was that?
Oh god. Oh. Yeah, so I think
we'll analyze that so next.
There's nothing to analyze. Well played from Nilawi there. Yeah.
Put yourself together, Sovonix. Pull it together.
You're gonna have to take this one, I can't.
I will see. While my co-caster is having a bit of a break, the Drake did just spawn, and the teams are looking to make sort of a play. As now, Krat almost being caught out here in the bot. There's the double bomb! Will give him the stun, and Ripper needs to be exhausted so they can save their lives. As Maybai was looking for a play, but here comes Lighty coming in from the jungle. He has not been spotted, as Maybai still fishing for something. As no, they just decide to back off, but.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was gonna touch on. Yeah, I'm good now. I'm good now. I was gonna touch on this Volibear's stance in this game state right now. Right, you want to make aggressive plays in early game. You don't want to have to go into a clearing contest up against Diana. But unfortunately, you have a mid who seems to be constantly shoving, and a bot lane who seems to be constantly shoving, and you can't gank a Malphite against Alawi. Yeah. So you're kind of stuck in this position where you're like, you need to do stuff on the map, but you can't. Like, you just physically cannot. And it's a terrible position to be in for the Volibear. And either he needs to be voicing it out to the rest of his team. Guys, I do not outscale a Diana. I do not outclear her. You need to set something up for me. Whether that is slow push a wave into tower dive or whatever. But yeah, at the moment, Lighty here kind of being left in the dark, and it's a rough spot for him. I mean, especially in this top lane, as you can see there, how the matchup is playing it.
Yep, and the Drake still hasn't gone down yet, so how the game's looking for, who's going to be looking to secure that first?
I mean, I believe if you are Proxima here, you should be looking to it. You know, your priority has been in bot lane and mid lane for the majority of the game, but they just dropped bot lane priority, and so BLM will
Rat
be able to...
and Ripper might be caught out here. Therefore, as now, Ignore gets another kill in the top lane onto...
Oh, it's another kill.
Another kill.
Yeah, as I said, this is a really rough matchup, and you know, having that first death. I mean, what is concerning is you still have your flash after 2 deaths. If you're a Malphite here, your job is to sit at your tower. If you pick up 5 CS per minute, if you pick up 3 CS per minute, you know, just don't die, avoid death as much as possible.
What's going on? Why are we seeing Discord?
Yeah, I can see a Discord.
Do the viewers see that?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. We like hide.
Check out this new overlay. Oh, there's a
yeah,
fight.
yeah, there will be a fight down here as Mayby gets killed by the W from Zeri. As yeah,
Oh,
that
God,
just
that's a
happened, and
really
make
weird
this is
spectator
all
bug. Are you seeing the
really
black
weird.
box? Like,
Yeah, I'm
really?
seeing the black box.
Alright. Anyway, yeah, well, catch on to this Diana, which is great. I think this is exactly what this volleyball wants to make aggressive plays. Is
Oh,
that...
as Neko is looking for a play onto Chiwichi. Yeah, Chiwichi! Flash!
Oh,
Isa will actually
no,
pick up
no,
a kill on Neko with the final auto attack, and making Chan is looking for another fight onto Ignore, but holy!
You have to flash that if you're Yasuo, but I need to say, what a play from the Syndra. That is so creative and it's so smart. Really, really well played. And you can see the difference in individual skill already. BLM players are here not to mess around. And I mean, look at this top lane. What do you do here? Oh my god!
There are more than one tentacle! There's more than one tentacle making. I am soon just convinced this guy's never played against Ilaoi before.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the benefit of a player who can pull out these champions, right? I think, you know, an equivalent for mid lane would be Aurelion Sol, equivalent for bot lane would be Mages. If you can pull out stuff that is uncommon, you'll come up against a player who maybe doesn't have as much experience, and he'll be lost in the dark.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know what to do, as this dragon is all belonging to BLM here.
Yeah, Lighty is looking for something, but thanks to Lorat kiting, zoning him away. It will just be the Cloud Drake for Black Manta. As Lighty still tries to go in. This is an angry bear, and he goes on top of Diana, burns the flash onto Mayby, so...
Yeah, interesting. Bit of a mistake from BLM. They had sort of control of the area and then sort of just gave it up. But nonetheless, they secure the dragon. They have to play a flash for it.
Now
And there's dive hook lands.
Looking for a hook here. Hook lands, and the knockup lands. Neko, here comes the bear from downtown. As the rat is gonna go down. It's only Ripper. This lonely rat under the turret will eventually be going down. Double kill for this area as Mayby doesn't pick up a kill on the... In fact, the rat will pick up a kill on Sirens as now.
hang on.
Neko is very low. Lighty doesn't get stunned up by Chuichi. Are they going to be able to make it out? Still has the Moonfall on Mayby. Will be looking to blow it up. Only goes on to Lighty. As Lighty flashes that as well. How are these guys still alive? They will almost be able to go at Lighty. Will probably be the first one on the menu. Actually not. The W saves his life and they get out scot-free.
I think that was a really big misplay from Syndra. You blew the stun too early on one target when you have 3 group top members just at your disposal. You play fully for patience there and fully for the right moment. You have all the time in the world. They get impatient and somehow Proxima get out. That was an ultimate win. Like, this was perfect. And, you know, I just want to touch on this tower dive here. As I said, wait, hang on, wait, what? Okay.
I don't know. As now, Serens is looking for a play here. Ignore has no mana, but Chan has no mana nor HP, so... Yeah, I don't know, let's see. Okay, one tentacle will not land. Let's see if the second one will, as it is looking to spawn right now. Does not hit him, okay. He wins the minigame for now, but look, 4 solo plates for this Ilaoi. 2 levels up, I think, on the Malphite as well. And double CS as Herald was taken down by Mayby as well. And this is just all Black Manta.
Yeah, this is concerning if you are the Proxima top laner. It's kind of just like what are you supposed to do at this point? I mean, you are kind of just waiting for your level 6 and hoping that your team is going to carry you through this one. Because yeah, this is a rough one. I see a world where he gets Flame Horizon at 20 minutes in this game, I'm being honest. But yeah, interesting events happening so far in this game. This is a lot more hectic early game than the last set of games that we had, or not last game that we had. As there's another bot lane dive being set up here.
Neko clear, getting some vision, or just gonna be content with the red side raft. Yeah, that looks like they're just gonna be content with the red side raptors. Not gonna give them over to Neko actually, as Shuichi might not be in a little trouble. As now, in a little bit, Ignore will pick up the first turret of the game. That is so much gold on this Alawi.
Yeah, I actually think this Alawi is going to get a pentakill. Genuinely in this game. Like, there's going to be a 5-man attempt to kill her. Oh,
I have to cut you off. There's a moonfall lands onto Neko, but the wind wall will actually be able to save him live for a little bit, as they will trade 1-for-1 in the mid lane. Maybai gets a kill and Neko gets a kill, as now there's fighting in the mid lane. Lighty versus Maybai, but Maybai does seem to win it out. And I am surprised Maybai went for the Sunfire Rush instead of the Nashor's Rush.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is just a common thing on Diana right now. It is the meta, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is the meta, but you rush Nashor's first, and then you go for the Sunfire, right?
Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Weird,
go for, yeah,
weird.
exactly. That's
I
what
don't
you
know.
go for.
Maybe it was like a mistake, but Lighty is in trouble here.
See here, Ignore it. Man doesn't hit the
No play being
tentacle
made.
onto Lighty, and Lighty
I don't see a universe where this Alawi gets touched this game, honestly. I don't know what Proxima need to do to deal with it.
well, let's see if they have that answer right now. As Ignore just pops the ultimate, will be able to stay alive. As here is making to help out his team as he goes for a double knockup.
Oh, he's so
But I
weak.
don't think, yeah, but that is to no avail. His team is way too low, and yeah, and that will be 0 for 0. Nothing accomplished for either team.
Yeah. I don't know. This Alawi is a bit of a monstrosity at the moment. It's going to be really hard to deal with. Just bear in mind this Alawi did not reset, and like the Yasuo came back from base with items.
Saren's looking for a hook, lands the one onto Saren. Aran can dodge the hook as Ripper almost getting turned on, but the ultimate from Zillion is there. Here comes Ignore getting sped up as well. This is looking a bit dangerous as Shuichi also looking to join the fray, as now the Seri will be going down with a flash E from Ignore, as he will also pick up a double kill onto Nautilus as well. And wow, that just happened.
That was a really good play. Really nice TP from the Alawi, and then collapse from Syndra. And I think, yeah, we can see that there's a big difference in individual skill between BLM and Proxima, and now we start seeing a lot more team play coming from BLM. Now, I don't think Proxima have played bad as a team in any sense. It's just, I think, I mean, in all fairness, the matchup sort of dictates this kind of game state when we have Alawi against Malphite, and Malphite kind of gets left on an island. But if you are Proxima, you are looking at this 3-in-1 Zeri, and also a very simple to execute team comp. So if you're Proxima, you're kind of just looking for plays in the jungle. You're trying to look to cheese. Alawi's TP is down. Take note of that. Play around it. Do something around it. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard because, you know, if you leave Alawi on her own, she will probably just take like the Empire of Egypt. But I mean, you have no choice at this point. Like, you can't do much against her. And she is just way too powerful. But there are routes back into this game. I do think they have the tools to sort of kill the rest of the members of BLM, and that would make it easier to deal with the Alawi. But yeah.
Yep.
Hard for now.
It will all be as Orancur or whatever the series name is. I cannot really see.
Yeah.
What Oracle? Is it Oracle, Mr. Producer? Yeah, okay. Oracle. Sorry, everyone. It's a bit hard to see these names. But yeah, Oracle almost getting caught out here. But we'll be able to start as now 3 people are looking to be able to gank this. Ilawi has to no avail. Serens goes down. They have no anti-heal. No, nothing as Stormbringer comes out. Everything to kill this Seraphine. Or wait, this Ilawi. But it is not possible. He's so strong.
Guys,
I'm telling
you, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get pentakill.
Yeah, and here comes Oracle will die to Maybai. Maybe Maybai can pick up another kill, and yeah, it is just domination station for Black Manta.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean this game is so crazy. I called Ilawi Seraphine.
They look the same, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like there's not much to talk about. It's just a fed Alawi, right? Like, I don't really know what to say about that. But
Ilawi putting this rat, this old guy, and 2 females on her back right now.
yeah, I mean, I think they for the
Oh, as Lightio is going for a little play onto Larab. Larab will speed himself away.
yeah,
With
I think
the burn from Ripper, so small victories.
think one thing to take note of is this is a warning call for the rest of SLE. Alawi, do not give it to this guy.
Or at
And-
least don't feed against this guy on Ilawi.
Okay, let's not use the word feed. I don't think he fed.
Okay, or
The match of his
lose
he's
lane.
the same deaths
Okay,
as his mid laner, and his
Okay,
mid laner.
lose lane. Don't lose lane.
Well, I think in general, I don't remember the pick order, but where was Malphite picked? Was it pick second? Yeah. So
R2.
yeah, that is.
As now made by Goldfin
Oh, wow.
steals the Herald and the double move, but he will actually be the one to die for it. As Making picks up the kill, but Ilawi is
Oh my
just gonna
God.
join in. The tentacles are way too strong, and along with Ripper, they will pick themselves up and almost ace as Oracle will be the one left surviving. And I think the scoreline is a bit bugged. Can you reset the leaderboard?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I feel like this is like one of those videos that you get a warning that you need to be 18 or mature to continue watching.
I
Um,
totally understand what you mean. As now
Because yeah, it's a bit of an annihilation. This Alawi this Alawi does not care about anything else in the universe other than
yeah, Black Cleaver just finished.
yeah.
Hullbreaker, Divine Thunder, 8-0-2, almost 200 CS, while Malphite hasn't even hit 100 yet. As they're
Yeah.
looking for another players like it's
Oh.
Neko goes for the flash tornado, but gets stopwatched in the end. But will that be
nice
enough? It's a
win.
beautiful wind wall, will block it away, and I think Shuichi will go down to the final auto thanks of Neko. So small victories.
Solo bolo. I will say the Proxima mid lane, despite getting caught a few times and apart from the outplay that was done onto him for the first kill of Syndra, I think has probably been one of the stronger performers. I mean, it's not much because the game's been a bit rough for them, but yep, alongside Zeri. So I mean, there are positives to take out of this if you are Proxima. In general, I think BLM. They've I don't even know. I feel like it's kind of just Alawi just killing everyone, right?
Yeah, there's very little things to say
Yeah.
regarding this game.
I
But
mean,
we will try our best to make it entertaining. As now Neko is looking to run away from this Alawi. He will be able to. His teammates are leaving him. His teammates are leaving him. As now Maybai will pick up the Ocean Drake and will put his team on soul points.
I feel like when Alawi appears for Proxima, when Proxima see Alawi, they're all just like, every man for himself, just run.
Yep.
We aren't teammates anymore.
Yeah. And it is just the time is ticking for BLM to just end this game.
The time is ticking. If you're Proxima here, you have to feel like it's.
Yeah, you have to make an all or nothing play.
Yeah, you have to do something crazy to get yourself back into this game, because at the moment you're not going to be getting objectives. I mean, you can pick up some farm. It's going to be negligible in the grand scheme of things, and at the end of the day, I think no matter how this goes, even if they do pull off some crazy play, I still think the game is just done and dusted at this point. As we see 3 people hesitant to approach this Alawi. Yeah, they don't want any piece of this. Yeah. I mean, if you are BLM, you definitely want to be looking at this Baron. Wait, is Baron even up?
Baron just got, and it will be finished by Maybai, and I think that will ring the final moments of the game as we have 5 members trying to dive this Ilawi, but they are just gonna stare her in the eye.
They're not even. They look at the Ilawi and they're like, absolutely not. No, thank you, sir.
Just 5. I think at this point you just have to 5-man dive her and hope she dies. Like what? You can't just watch her end the game.
Yeah, I think you might. Like, they might as well just flip it, right? Go on, lads.
Oh, wait, whatever, Oracle is not even here, so yeah, that's just a free inhib, while 4 members are just staring her down doing it.
What am I watching?
Yeah, and he is just... okay. Oh, they they're sure watching it. Watching it happen. You have to make a play soon, Proxima. You have the ultimate, you have the wombo combo ready, you just have to pick your moment, and that moment is dwindling as we speak, but we'll see. Making has the ultimate, is looking to be ready to pop it, just some minor poking as Serenus is ready, as BLM are just ravaging the entire base. Light Society is ravaging the Amazon rainforest. But we will see.
Yeah, I think this game is hard. If you're Proxima, just do something crazy now.
Yeah, making
at least do it for camera, right?
Light, he will go down to the tentacle. He won't even have the chances. He goes in.
Oh!
There's revive knocker, but there's no. Follow up as Ripper lets it rip. Will he get the quadra kill? Goes under the fountain, but that will be the game. BLM dominating Proxima in their first game of SLE. GG.
What a statement from BLM. I think if you're Proxima here, I mean, you can't be too harsh on yourself with a game like this. I think you just have to be like, listen, it was an Alawi thing. We didn't do our research, but moving forward, we'd be better prepared for them. Make sure that he doesn't get to pick it, or at least prepare a better matchup for your top laner to play against it. Yeah, nonetheless, solid game from BLM. I was really, really liking what I was watching from some of the individual players. I think, for myself and probably yourself as well, as we are competitors in this league, we are taking notes. We're like, okay, these guys are not to be messed with. They're definitely a contender. And yeah, but once again, Proxima, don't be too harsh on yourself. It was a solid showing from some individuals, and I think you were just unfortunate that you had a snowballing Alawi that you had to deal with. And yeah, like other than that, there's not much to break down of that game. It was kind of just Alawi, right? So, yeah, do you have any thoughts of that game?
It's just domination station. Fed Ilawi, what more can you say? But I think that is going to be it from us, as we will be looking to get an interview with Sathdos and probably one of the players. It looks to be Vion, who is looking to get an interview. But we will join him and Sathdos as they will get their post game interview, and that will be it from us, I think.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching.
I think probably is best for us just let Sathdos do his thing, as that will be it from us. And we both thank you very much for watching us cast 2 games today of SLE, day 2 of the new SLE. Very exciting season ahead of us. Remember, it is not over until all the games are done and dusted.
Arvid, Savonix, absolute pleasure, guys. Was incredible cast from both of you. But no, it's now over to me and Dreadpool. Dreadpool, do you know what player we are coming to come say hi to us?
Well, for the first interview, we have one and only Vion, aka Koleski, from Runtime. So
yes, now, yeah, Runtime were able to win the first game. Hello, Run. How are you, man?
Hello, man. All good, I think. Yeah.
How do you believe the game went? You won, man. Everybody was believing that Redemption were going to win. So, what was the key thing to get your team to get the win?
I mean, we played not the best early game ever, but we knew we had a really strong mid game comp, so we just played around that. I think our comp was lacking of engage, so we were playing a bit like we need them to go on us, but we have Talia and Alistar, so when they are in, they are not getting out for sure. And
yeah,
I think we played really well around their top side as well. Like the Darius didn't lane at all, basically after 10 minutes. Because Grace was getting perma prio and I clear faster than Wukong.
Yeah, I saw that Aatrox was really able to just make sure Darius was under the tower because of the priority that the mid lane and you were able to bring to him up in the top side. Now, I want to talk about the bot lane of Redemption. It was looking kind of scary in a few of those team fights. Twitch was getting some really good positions in that fight, but you were just able to shut him down. Were you ever scared you were going to lose that game?
To be honest, no, not at all. And when I saw Brady flanking in mid lane alone with Twitch and dying to exhaust and smite, basically, I knew like the game was over. No, joking aside, like he played really well last teamfight though. He was getting scary on last teamfight because he was getting like third item on Twitch, which is actually really really strong. But I
Yeah.
knew we got such a big lead in the mid game that the game was pretty easy to close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
now that's the
still,
benefit of. Go on, Dreadpool.
still one thing. The moment you started hitting the Nexus, and then you had to back
And
off.
then he popped up. Yeah, it
What was going
happens.
on there?
I think someone started farming minions instead of Next. Could be me, could be someone else. I don't know. And yeah, we said, let's try to back and break the nib, but we didn't, so we had to take another fight and win it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it went
But
well,
the thing,
luckily.
yeah, but the thing is, your team was just so far ahead. It doesn't even matter. They could have had all of their towers up, and I don't think you were going to lose that game. Now, is there anything you want to say to anybody who's watching? Anything you want to say about your team overall?
I think this was like a proof that even if we are not in our best form, we can still perform with an out-of-field jungler. So expect us to do even better.
Now, you are a team that we are excited to watch. Runtime really showing up, even though they did play in a few other seasons. But it was an absolute pleasure to have you here, and we are excited to see you in another game.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye. Dreadpool, who is next for the...
It
Who's
will be
next?
the top laner and the support, if I'm correct, from Black Manta.
Well, we will get them in here in just a second. Black Manta were able to take the win there. Now, a top and support duo, we don't really have you two coming in at the same time, I'm not going to lie, because top and support are the lanes which usually don't meet up that much.
Well, they're here, and they're both here, so let's just do it together.
Yes. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm Linus. I'm the top laner of Black Manta.
The Ilaoi.
Ilaoi.
What a beast performance, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a interesting comp that you going up against, because your comp seemed a little bit mismatched from parts of it, because the enemy team had a very simple wombo combo type comp, get the Malphite ultimate in there, have the rest of the team engage with the Yasuo and really blow everyone up. But the Ilaoi pick was a little bit coming out from the side, and it was really able to counter them by having a champion that's just so strong into team comps against that.
That was the point of picking Laui in this draft, because we first picked the Zillion because we didn't want to play against it, and we like to play some carries on bot lane, and you can match them pretty good. And after we saw the Malphite and Yasuo pick, we decided for Ilaoi because it's a very strong pick.
Now, have you practiced Ilaoi a lot? Were you even having any idea of picking this champion, or was it just a flick of the brain? I'm good enough at this champ to pick it.
It's my most played champion this season, and yeah, I'm pretty comfortable on her. And yeah, Malphite, Yasuo, both melee champs, both champs that want to dive in, and Ilaoi loves those champs. So I think it was a bit obvious for me that I would pick that champ as soon as I saw the picks.
Well, you are the first person I've ever met who has been an Ilaoi main. Everybody I know does not play that champion. How do you think that champion's doing so far in this season, or this meta so far?
I think Ilaoi has the problem that champions get more mobile as they come out, like the new champions Akshan, Zeri. They are pretty mobile, they are really good at kiting, and that's a problem for Ilaoi. So I think it got a bit harder to play her. But I still think she's really, really strong, especially if the enemy doesn't really know how to play against her. That's her biggest strength. Like, normally the Ilaoi main knows what to do, and the people who play against Ilaoi have no clue, and that's why she is so oppressive sometimes.
Yeah, so picking a champion that people aren't really used to playing against, I can see how that can work. But it's looking like not just the top side of the map was working out. It was looking like this bot lane was working as well. What really went on in this bot lane to get your Twitch to go 5-1 in the game?
We knew that we would play for top lane because it's our big win condition. if the Laoi gets behind, we can't really team fight because they just can run past her and dive the backline. So we just played bot lane very safe and tried to get items. And later that game, the Twitch got the kills, so it was pretty nice.
Dreadpool, is there any questions you want to ask them?
Like the casters were talking about the penta. Oh, you said you didn't get the penta on Illaoi?
I don't really notice it that I was even close to getting the penta. Yeah, that can, like, Illaoi pentas can happen from time to time, but we don't really focus on that usually. In general, we just want to win the team fights as clean and as quickly as possible, and then go for the game. So yeah.
He already has the achievement of getting a Laoi penta in a competitive game, so
Oh wow.
it's not that high.
He doesn't need one. He needs as many as he can get. But is there anything you want to say to the people who are coming in here or watching us here?
I think we made a pretty good statement today. I think we are the most experienced team in the tournament, and I think we are here to win it all. So for every team that will play against us, be well prepared, and yeah, let's have good games.
I've got some news
Go on.
From the MVP vote. Linus, you are the MVP for last game.
Thank you very much.
It seemed like the Illaoi was just too strong, and it seemed to have gotten you an MVP, but you couldn't have got there with your team. But I want to say thank you to both of you for coming here, for playing this amazing tournament of SLE. But this is most likely going to be it from us. Dreadpool, when is the next games coming up?
It will be tomorrow at 7:45 with Primordials versus Eternal Blizzard, followed up by Lost Time versus Astaroth A, which is, let me check, I don't have everything set, but it is Altera Astaroth. And then we have game number 3 as well, with Curtain Call Gaming Row versus Astaroth E. So it's the other team.
Well, Dreadpool, they seem like there are going to be some exciting games tomorrow, but sadly, all of us here are tired. We have to say thank you to all the casters, production, and especially Dreadpool behind the scenes for making SLE possible. But we will see you guys again tomorrow for some more incredible games. We'll see you then.
Yep, see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.